Testing, testing.
Hi guys, welcome. Please, if you can guys, I would appreciate if you can fill in the front seats first. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you can make your way inside and get seated, we'll be starting shortly. Please feel free to bring your drinks and your refreshments inside, guys. No problem. You can have your snacks and drinks inside. Welcome everyone. If you can please come inside, get seated, relax, grab a drink. All right, we can get. Okay, welcome everyone. A very good afternoon. I am very excited to welcome all of you here today for our Cryptalk KL, our very first Cryptalk KL. If I can get applause, let's get some energy in this room, guys. Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, we have a range of different topics to address today. We have a very exciting lineup of speakers. But first, let me introduce you our topic for our Cryptalk today, which is powering Malaysia digital economy. We have a good lineup of partners. But first off, just to address a few things here, which I'm very happy to see. Today, I'm seeing a lot of new faces that perhaps the crypto OGs would understand what I'm referring to. In the last 6 months, when I go for blockchain Web3 events in Malaysia, it's always the same faces that I see over and over again. But today, it's great to see a lot of new faces. It really shows that the Web3 blockchain space in Malaysia is maturing, it's growing, and we have a lot new people in the industry. And I'm very excited to see that and witness it. Okay, before we get started, I would like to thank a few very important people that we have here today with us, which are the partners, our partners that have made today a possibility. First off, I'd like to thank MDAC. We have our representative and our partners here today. Thank you very much to be here. I would like to thank Common Ground, who has given us this incredible venue to have this event today. I would also like to thank Leading Labs for being one of our media partners today. A round of applause, everyone, for all our partners today that made this possible. Thank you. Okay, I don't want to waste too much of your time. I would like to start off with our first keynote. And I'm very proud and honored to welcome this person. We are very fortunate to have him here today with us. Our Associate Director of CoinStalk, Manfred Chew from Singapore. Manfred spearheads our team across Southeast Asia. So without further ado, let me welcome Manfred Chew on the stage. Thank you very much.
Hi, good afternoon, guys. Thank you so much for coming here, joining our 14th Cryptalk. Actually, let me dive into Cryptalk, right? Like, why Cryptalk? Why are we even doing this and stuff? Okay, Cryptalk. So, Cryptalk actually is an initiative from us to actually gather like-minded crypto people together to actually, cannot hear. Oh, okay. So, Cryptalk, right, is actually for us to gather together to actually share more, experience more. Technology actually moving so fast right now, right? It's ever moving, it's ever changing, right? The things we know yesterday might not be applicable today, and the things tomorrow. That's why we are all here today, to talk about tomorrow and the present technology. How can technology help us to get there? So Cryptalk, right? We actually held in different countries. So we actually focus a lot in Southeast Asia, but not just that. But we actually focus on like emerging markets also, like markets that we think that is actually hot, like Dubai, London, all this, right? Because we want to be everywhere and anywhere. That's why we have live stream now, right? Online, offline audience, right? The reason why we want online, offline audience, right, is because we want to share. We really want to share. We really want to get the word out there. So our first Cryptalk is being held in Ho Chi Minh, Singapore, Dubai. All these are the key main expos, right? So I think KL, this one is like a standalone one. So that's why we actually like a ad hoc thing, we gather together. But the next one, right, we're actually getting together is like Token 2049. Who is going for Token 2049 Singapore? Right? Yeah, it's like the event to go to. So Token 2049 this year is actually only happening in Singapore. I think they cancelled the London one also. But the very next week is CoinFest Bali. We will be there also. The main reason why we want to be everywhere, anywhere in the offline event, right? Because we believe, right, technology, we just don't hide behind a screen. We believe that human interaction is still needed, as much as technology can assist us, we cannot downplay the human touch, right? MOU with Indonesia government. We firmly believe, right, like working together, the regulatory bodies, is the right thing to do. Right? We got nothing to hide. We want to work together because we are all towards the same goal. We want to achieve, like, from Web 2 to Web 3 without, being dodgy about it. Like, we want to be transparent. We want to work with all the regulatory bodies. We want to understand individual country frameworks. We want to comply with them also. Okay, Cryptalk, London, Jakarta, Indonesia. The reason why we also go to emerging markets, right, is because we also realize that actually a lot of the emerging markets, a lot of the citizens are actually unbanked. For them to actually travel to a bank could take few hours, even for them to even do a transfer could take 3 days, 4 days and stuff. We also want to see how technology can fill up the gap to assist them in it also. Then we also want to work with a lot of the new and upcoming project developers, right? Their creativity, their innovation on the technology. Right? We also want to shine light to them. We also want to give them the platform to actually share more about their technologies. Okay, media impression. The reason why we also want to do online, also for main reason. Okay. Offline, we will have about 60 to 80. Online, we can go to 20,000. So we also want to capture as much as wide as possible. So, because we also want to maximize our effort. Jakarta, we predominantly focus a lot in Indonesia because we signed the Indonesia partnership. Then also, we also recently just signed with the Philippine, I think, a creditor. Cryptalk Bali. Hey, I don't know if you guys know, right? In Southeast Asia, some of the hotspots of crypto is like Bali, Singapore. I think up and coming is Malaysia. Definitely is Malaysia. That's why we are like here today. Right? And I believe this will not be my first time and my last time seeing you guys. Right? We will definitely meet more. India also. Right? India. You know, huh? Hey, Cryptalk Singapore. This was actually coincided with an event, an expo. And this is after the expo, we had this Cryptalk. So Cryptalk, right, the reason why we have one live stream also, right, is because we do let projects owner from the US, from different part of the world, right, to able to give and share more of that technology during the Cryptalk itself. Like right now, right, because we are streaming online, right, so they will say, the speaker can actually join online to give a keynote also. Then this is some of our social media. Basically, shine light when it's needed. To give more exposure to project parties, to anyone. The main reason is because we believe that community is everything. Marketing is everything. And credibility is everything also. If you do not, like, seeing is believing, right? If I don't have pictures, no one will believe. Like right now, right, if they don't take photo of me, right, my boss will not know that I give keynote. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's actually pretty short and sweet. We actually wanted to touch more about Cryptalk and the power of our offline event, the power of networking. Right. Since we are all here, let's all take this opportunity to network with each other, to get to know more each other. Right. Feel free to reach out to us, to ask us anything, everything under the sun, and we are more than happy to share. Okay? Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Manfred, for that great insight on Cryptalk. Guys, if those are you that are here, if you guys would like to know more of our Cryptalk events, our upcoming lineups across Southeast Asia, where is the next event, how you can get involved, you can speak to any of our CoinStore team here. We'd love to share more with you. Those that are wearing similar t-shirts like mine, they are all from CoinStore. So feel free to reach out, speak to them. We're happy to share more. All right, I'd like to move on to our main guest of honor for today, partner of this event, MDEC. We are fortunate to have the head of digital domestic digital investment, Mr. Danesh Jyoti Prahasam, with us today. With honor, I would like to welcome him for his keynote.
Very good afternoon to everyone. Sorry, I'm not actually dressed down today normally for Web3 events. I'm coming from another enterprise. As you're aware, today there's the Cyber DSA industry event for the cybersecurity community. So that is happening from 15 to 18 of August. MDEC is part of that. So we are involved in that also. But I'm taking some time out here. Fun as we're saying, this is something we need to spend time with. So before I start, right, just to share a bit of context. Currently, Malaysia has just gone through state elections. So everything will remain status quo as of this moment. We have not heard anything. And the direction towards the what was recently announced, Ekonomi Madani, that was announced like roughly 2 weeks ago, has a lot of opportunities for Malaysia. So what I would love to share is a bit about that, number one, and also to just take you through what MDEC is, for those who are not aware, and how best can we really support the Web3 vertical itself. So let's go through this first quickly. Okay, so what is MDEC? So in a nutshell, MDEC has been around for the last 27 years in various iterations and form. Started off as an investment promotion agency, attracting investments. During that time, if you recall, or those who are young enough, and all of this, Malaysia was going after all those call centers, HSBC, and those who have been working in those, who started off on those human assembly lines, have now moved on to bigger things. And of course, the industry evolved, right? From attracting just this basic call center, now we already have Web3, right? I think that is very, very important for us all to understand. It is a evolutionary journey, and MDEC has been trying our best to push that agenda moving forward. So on top of attracting investments, we are the one-stop shop. We try to coordinate or advocate strategies moving forward. And also, as usual, whenever there is a very difficult tech project to push, the government normally appoints MDEC as the project implementer. Normally, based on every budget retabling. Like example, the recent retable budget on SME digitalization, even though the funds are with another party, the government said, MDEC, execute, and etc. So this is typically how the government operates despite whatever regime changes that takes place. Okay, that's a bit about that. Quickly, this is a bit about all our strategies that we are trying to look at. Number one, attracting digital investments, positioning Malaysia as your launch pad moving forward. I'll talk a bit more about that from a global trade perspective with regards to that. Driving digital adoption, as you can see, 80% of our GDP, maybe 70% of our GDP are coming from SMEs. You see, SMEs who are contributing towards that. So this is very important, right, for the economy. How will the SMEs transform? Example, how can SMEs actually adopt blockchain easily to drive their businesses moving forward? These are some of the opportunities for blockchain players should actually capitalize moving forward, right? If you think about the opportunities to pivot the GDP. That's a bit about that. Of course, digital savvy society, our societal duties from MDEC, facilitate business friendly, and of course, trying to drive the high performance moving forward. That's a bit about that. Malaysia, positioning, right? This typically we share with all our investors, whether they are from outside the country or domestically. As you can see, Malaysia is smack in the middle. Within ASEAN, this is very, very important. This year, we will be celebrating our 66-year anniversary of independence. And if you look at it, right, there's a lot of stats here, internet penetration rate, blah, 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 and etc., right? But what I want to really focus on, right, since independence, right, the only two countries within ASEAN that is actually multi-diverse is only Malaysia and Singapore. The only thing that Singapore lacks compared to Malaysia is population size. Oh, sorry, okay, I'm not going to comment for the Singaporeans there. I don't want to debate about nasi lemak or etc. and all of that. But yeah, I mean, the point though, we work together, I would say, right? We complement each other within the region. Our idea or our direction for Malaysia is we don't go to war with anyone. That has always been our policy. The Ukraine-Russia war, the global supply chain crises, whether the chip side or etc., we don't favor anyone, right? We work with China, we work with the US, we work with the Russians, or Ukrainians, or no, or you know, or all other parties. So we do not, or what we can say, we are the Swiss of the East, I think, in that sense, right? And that is very, very important. In fact, even I heard the Swiss are also taking sides these days, right? So this is something that Malaysia, and hopefully everyone capitalizes this location, right? And etc. You know, so that is something that I want to share. The others I won't repeat. I think there's a lot of stats here which I think the organizers can share with the crowd later. Okay, global disruptions that's actually happening. So I hope I don't bore you here, but what I'm trying to say here is you can see some key things or key stats that we are trying to highlight here. There's a lot of text here, but invasion of Ukraine, sanctions on Russia, China's reopening early of this year through Hong Kong as the gateway. They started to reopen the border. If you are probably aware in the news, the Hong Kong chief executive came down to Malaysia for 2 days. There's a reason for this, right? It's the Hong Kong chief. They are looking for business opportunities bilaterally between Malaysia and Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong is now, like Dubai, trying to position themselves, for example, within the crypto space and etc. So everyone is trying to get a piece of the pie moving forward. But Malaysia, as always, right, we have tried to advocate being a neutral ground in trying to support all these hub and spoke locations. So those are a bit of the things happening. And of course, post-pandemic disruptions, we have gone through COVID, you know, and etc. So that has actually transformed whatever we are trying to do. All of us have heard the news from all the economists. Market's going to slow down moving forward. How can we increase the GDP and etc. Hence, that's why there's a very important balance between attracting investments and how can we push the domestic scene moving forward. And hence, that's why economic Madani is the strategy under our PM that I will share a bit more later on. So that's a bit about that. These are some of the global implications. Global supply chains being disrupted, energy and food security. Food security is something important. You probably heard the shenanigans in Malaysia about eggs and various other items and etc. I don't think Malaysia is alone. Many other countries are having the same thing and etc. You would be surprised that Ukraine, right, is the biggest producer of wheat, gandum, you know, wheat. So try to imagine this when there's a war in Ukraine, right? The whole global supply chain for wheat bread gets impacted. And imagine if they do naval blockades across the waterways. How are they going to send the wheat out? What happens then? When you block the wheat, prices go up. Food security becomes a concern, right? So these are some of the things. And then, of course, we also have the story or the controversy around the meat cartels in Malaysia, right? That's where blockchain is very powerful, right? You know, traceability and etc. So these are some of the things where blockchain can really, really help to address those problem statements moving forward. Let's be about that. This is just Asia is growing, ASEAN is growing and stable. We work with all our partners and etc. Some important things is about the signing of certain investment policies and FTAs. Two FTAs that I really want to highlight to you is the CPTPP and the RCEP. Both FTAs are very important for you all to be aware of because this will allow Malaysia to be best positioned for facilitation of trade and investments as an overall globally. One particular FTA is to address the China bloc countries. The other FTA is with the West. So what does that mean when you put those two both together? We cover the whole global scope. That's not to forget also the independent FTAs that we sign with certain countries like UK and more to come. So this is very, very important, right? Because if you were doing a Web3 business and you're using Malaysia as your launch pad to ASEAN, this would be the right hub and spoke model for you to land and grow moving forward. So use that as a key positioning moving forward. So there's a bit about that. Again, here we are just showcasing a bit of the rankings in terms of Malaysia versus some of our partners within the region. You know, lots of stats here. Number 3 on global services location. This has been around for more than a decade, and etc. Malaysia is number 3, and etc. And the various other stats in terms of competitiveness and etc. Okay, this is a list of trade agreements within the regional FTAs and the bilateral FTAs. This is important, guys. Why? Because when you are positioning your solutions right, and etc., because we already have an FTA with those respective countries or respective blocks, right, this will hopefully help you drive better businesses moving forward. So whether you are a technology company, whether you are a services company or etc., these are key things that business owners, startups and etc. needs to be aware to position themselves moving forward. Again, I'm saying the positioning of Malaysia as that launch pad. It's a bit about that. Okay, MDEC. This is our strategy, right? This strategy has been running since 2021. As you can see, we have a commitment of investment numbers of 50 billion investments, 50,000 jobs, Fortune Tech 500 global unicorns, and etc. We, during our mid-year review, around 1 month or 2 months ago, we have already exceeded all of these targets, and etc. So the government, as usual, whenever your report card, you exceed what they do, no, not do. They increase. They increase even more, and etc. Right? So they believe they have the confidence in us to continue to attract more investors. That's why we need all your support, right? To drive the verticals accordingly. So just to share a bit, our minister, YB Fahmi, he's the Minister of Communication and Digital, has already expressed aspirations to drive certain verticals of tech moving forward, right? The reason is because he, under the economy Madani, the aspiration is to be Malaysia to be the Asian digital tiger. Asian digital tiger, this is nothing new. The tiger economies have existed before the AFC, Asian Financial Crisis. Now, right, after the Asian Financial Crisis, based on economy Madani that Anwar has already shared, our PM, Malaysia has gone through deindustrialization. Whether that is right or not, and etc., because of the introduction of services and etc., is a different matter altogether. But the whole idea is that Malaysia, in the current state, with contribution to GDP from wages at 30%, it is not enough to drive towards a developed nation. The aspiration for Malaysia now under Anwar is to become a developed nation as fast as possible. And you can only do that if you increase the wages moving forward, or the earnings and etc. So that is something that the government will be pushing heavily moving forward and etc. So there's a bit of a snapshot about economy Madani. That's number 1. Number 2, economy Madani. Something that our Prime Minister is very passionate about is corruption. Very passionate, corruption. So, and hence under the Economic Madani plan, he has already set a KPI to increase Malaysia's ranking in terms of the corruption perception index, which is good. I think it's good for business. It's good also to drive perception moving forward, right? And that's where some key trust areas in terms of GovTech has been emphasized to be implemented moving forward. And that's where blockchain companies, Web3 companies, have a huge opportunity to address that, because blockchain is all about addressing this particular, it's very strong in addressing this particular problem statement. I'm sure if there's a coalition coming in with a solution to address this for government agencies, for ministries, for businesses to apply this kind of tech, that would be something very favorable now with the current government. Just to share a bit about that, and all of this. So again, in terms of focus areas, these are the 9 focus areas MDEC has charted. These 9 focus areas are called permankins, right, or catalytical areas. 2 of them we have already announced, which is the digital nomad program under digital tourism. This was meant as a post-COVID measure to revitalize the tourism industry using digital. The best adopters of digital from a tourist perspective are nomads, right, because they are very tech-savvy. So we wanted to capitalize on that to create economic development in other parts of Malaysia using this digital. So that is one project. Second project is something under digital trade, which is called the National E-Invoicing Platform. So National E-Invoicing Platform is something about digitalizing the whole value chain moving forward in Malaysia, and hopefully they can then do it regionally. It's a very monumental task, and etc. So the first party to actually sign up with us, very, very excited, is the Inland Revenue Board. So they went in full hand. So they love it because, I mean, it's very beneficial to track the whole value chain. Because you see, right, there's a lot of leakages in any types of economy, especially when it's not digitalized. So I think that is the 2 major projects that have been announced. For Web3 specifically, there's going to be something around digital content. But that one, wait for the official announcement very soon, hopefully within this year, and also the other areas in due time. Now, for the tech enablers, nothing new. These are all areas of investment that MDEC is focused on. We try to attract all kinds of investment in cloud, data centers, cybersecurity, drone, blockchain, and etc. So recently, right, the biggest boom of investments that have been coming into the digital economy has been data centers. So data centers has been huge in Malaysia, right? For the last, probably 18 months, I would say, in fact, even during COVID time, right? So many parties have decided to invest, Equinix, Amazon, Google, Microsoft. The last one was an Australian, NextDC. NextDC announced their investments of data centers in Malaysia. Why is this important for you all to be aware? Wherever data centers go means all digital related businesses or enabled businesses will benefit moving forward. So this is something that we are trying to push so that it will have a better impact on the economy. Okay, this is a bit of history. I don't want to bore you about this. We have been doing this for the last 27 years. Some stats here, 495 billion worth of investments after 27 years. In totality, coming close to 3,000 digital companies. So we are proud to say that we have contributed to the digital economy 23.2%. The digital economy has contributed to GDP of Malaysia. So this is something very, very significant. The total number of jobs that we track, there's more jobs outside that we don't track. Knowledge workers is already at more than 200,000 with close to 90% localization. What does this tell you? 90% localizations means Malaysians are able to take those roles in the digital economy. We only are importing 10%. Again, we are not trying to shoo away foreigners. Foreigners are very, very important. They bring talent, certain skill sets that Malaysians don't have currently, to enable to catalyze the economy moving forward. So that's a bit about that. Anything we do is aligned to the My Digital Blueprint. This is our digital economy blueprint. So MDEC charters a lot of things around those areas. So this is Malaysia Digital, okay? This is something we launched last year on the 4th of July. It is a rebranding of MSC status, right? So we changed the model moving forward because we noticed, right, after COVID, right, or during COVID, lots of companies had a lot of issues in terms of operating physically, to be frank. I mean, everyone was operating remotely at that point of time, number one. The requirements to have a location specifically, a big office, big rooms, fancy rooms, and etc., is no more a norm anymore, right? People are going lean. You know, we operate anywhere we can to drive the agenda moving forward. So MDEC decided not to fall under the same bandwagon as the thing. We decided to change, take that opportunity to change the policies under MSC, Hence, we have removed the location requirement. Any digital company in Malaysia, whether you are local or foreign, if you're landing here, can operate anywhere in Malaysia and apply for the Malaysia digital status, etc. In the past, it was different. Second thing is, we did a major change also was, in the past, under MSC status, the fiscal incentives or the tax breaks were tied to the status. If you think about it, right, a startup, right, when they do business, right, for the first year, right, or the first 3 years or 4, 5 years, they don't even make money, some of them. Very, very few do, you know, and etc. What is the use of applying for tax? You would rather apply for seed funding, grants, or etc. to accelerate yourself. It doesn't make sense from a business standpoint. So that is why we gave the option to decouple that. That was difficult also to unravel, right, because it's all acta, gazetted, amendments, and etc. So we removed that. So we hope by doing this, we allow people to have a lower barrier of entry to enter the club. Why is this important, right, entering the club? Because we need to create the density. When we create the density, for example, in Web3, when we create the density in Web3, it is easier for us to tell to the government of Malaysia, hey, this is how big this industry is. This is the number of investments that this industry is generating. This is the number of jobs being created in this industry. Hence, it is important for you to listen to them and to also support those requests or initiatives that they intend to do. So I hope you all understand a bit about the strategy that we are trying to position for the industry. So that's one about that. This is MD status. So if any one of you are not MD status yet or etc., please do reach out to some of the members here today. It's just like entering a club, very low requirement, paid up capital, 1,000, 2 employees, OPEX of 50,000, and etc. Some of my team members are here today. Anfal at the back there, she raised her hand. There's also Serene. And of course, our Web3 champion, Mr. Fan. Yes, give him a round of applause in all of this. He's spending a lot of time with the industry, which is good in driving this particular vertical. Just a bit about benefits. 1 to 10 has been inherent to us. Tax incentives, foreign knowledge worker facilitation, duty import. If you're doing high capex types of business, you want to get some duty import tax exemption, that is something that we offer. The other 11 to 14 are the other benefits that we provide. Grants. Normally, MDEC people love to come to MDEC for grants. The money becomes like a bank, you know, but we are not a bank actually, right? So, but yeah, they love us for the grants. We have various grants actually. We have grants around digital export. So if you are exporting your technology, you can apply grants under MDEC. We have grants around catalyzing a certain tech that you're doing. Those are also grants that are available. So if you have projects around that, that is also something that MDEC can support. And we also have acceleration grants. These are companies that primarily are committed to accelerate their investments and job creation in Malaysia. We will also support. So it can come from various technologies, Web3, car, drone, cybersecurity, it doesn't matter. If you are committed, it will be supported. So those are some of the things we have, grants, and of course participation in our catalytical program, right? For example, the national e-invoicing. If there is a opening for traceability, why not blockchain go in, right? So those are some of the areas where, as part of a Malaysia digital status company, that you all can benefit moving forward and etc. So that's a bit about that. This is a bit, This is a bit about our overall support. Some of it I've already touched about it. Foreign knowledge worker facilitation, ecosystem support and access. We have startup locations, like example, Common Ground is one of our partners that we work with, and etc. In terms of taking local companies, local tech companies to go regionally, we have a division called Digital Export Division that does that. They have representatives, MDEC representatives in certain countries like Indonesia and Thailand that will help assist to open the doors with regards to business opportunities moving forward. That's a bit about that. Startup ecosystem, we don't work alone. Many partners that we work with. I've talked a bit about grants just now, so I won't repeat there. Policy regulation, we are not a policy creator. We advocate the industry's needs to the government and various policy makers to drive that agenda. Lastly, in terms of incentive and support, I've already shared about that in and overall. But so basically, this is the nutshell of things that we will provide to Malaysia digital status companies. Yeah, this is my last slide. So if you are interested, you can scan this, take you to a landing page, and or you can always reach out to Fan, Anfal, Serene, myself here. We'll mingle with all of you all today to help you support on that. Thank you everyone for listening here today.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Danesh. That was very insightful. It was great to have, I would say, more insights on Malaysia digital investment strategy. I personally learned a lot about the current economy Madani. That was very insightful. So I'm sure for all of us here who are in the Web3 space, it is very much insightful to get to have an in-depth overview about what MDEC is focusing on right now. So thank you again, Mr. Danesh. It was a pleasure. And all right, so moving on, we have two more very interesting keynote. I know it's raining outside. I hope all of you are still with me, not too sleepy yet. I promise we are getting there, but we have two more very interesting keynotes left, and I'm sure you'll be very excited to hear from them. So next up, I have Dr. Ian Tan from Lydian Labs to share with us. So without further ado, let me welcome Dr. Ian.
Hi guys. Should start taking out that honorific from my side. But fun fact, Danesh, I'm a graduate from Ukraine. So yeah, I was there 10 years ago. So you'll be wondering why doctor. I am a medical doctor by profession. I took a jump into esports, spent about 8 years there, and then finally landed into the Web3 space right now. Right. So here to present and shield ourselves a little bit. So Lydian Labs, I'm going to present who we are and how we got together, right? So mostly Malaysians here, so everyone knows the best ideas actually come out from Mamak Talks, right? But mine came out from a WhatsApp message, right? It was pretty much during the COVID times. I met my business partners actually on Discord, and we have never met each other before, right? And we just came up with the idea and say, hey, let's do something in Web3 together, but what shall we do, right? So I came from an agency background, post-medicine. So I told them that there's a gap to be filled. Very similar to what Danesh said, right? I think there's a gap to be bridged, right, between the Web 2 space and the Web 3 space. So that's kind of like how we got started, right? Looking at the gap and trying to fill that gap. So what do we do? So we do advisory and consultancy. We do branding and marketing, and also we do tech. So our primary goal is to augment existing Web 3 projects, right? Whatever help that is required, we are there to offer the services, right? Of course, the grand goal is actually to bridge existential Web 2 or traditional businesses into the Web 3 space. People who are wanting to adopt the blockchain and do not know how. It's just like how people started adopting e-wallets. It required some time, it required education, it required a lot of transfer of knowledge. So this is where we want to place ourselves, not only in Malaysia, but also hope to carry that Malaysian flag along with us across the region and across the world, right? These are some of our portfolios and our clients, right? People that we've worked with and still working with, right? Interesting bunch of people, a lot of different techs that can actually play a very big role in Malaysia itself, right? So just a snapshot of the team, right? We're a bunch of, in the Web3 space, we have a term called degens, right? A bunch of degens and also people from all different walks of life, right? Our CEO is actually a serial entrepreneur, right? He's big on agriculture, and you'll be thinking, what's he doing running an agency, right? He's very robust. He has multiple businesses, right? And he kind of like ties us all together. A little bit of introduction of myself already done beforehand. We have our CFO, Joe. He's also part of Lydian and playing a very big role in the financial side of things. We have a lawyer and an MBA holder who is our CRO, right? Noel, unfortunately, they are not here today. And our CTO is actually a head of cybersecurity for a bank, right? So we have quite a robust team, and we also have team members in Thailand, and we are looking to expand further too. Our reach. So funnily, we have a pretty similar map, but our reach is a little bit further, all right? We started out from outside and coming back in, right? We've spent the past 2 years actually expanding our reach throughout the APAC region, right? Especially in the marketing sense. I think it's very important when it comes down to user acquisition. I think CoinStore would agree, right? It's all about user acquisition, and I think in the Web3 space right now, a lot of people are looking towards that. The great part about it is that people are looking east, right? A lot of Western projects are looking at the eastern side of the hemisphere to actually get users. Why? It's because we do have the highest activity, right? It goes unchallenged. So hence why we have already kind of like established our footprint across APAC region. We're TikTok channel partners. I was telling Danesh just now that I hope to be able to claim it, but I do believe that we are one of the very few Web3 agencies to be TikTok channel partners, if not the only. Right, so being part of the TikTok channel partnership grants us a lot of data, right? These are studies that are done internally by TikTok, and the numbers are astounding, right? You can see that the adoption of TikTok and crypto-related contents, whatever you see here in terms of stats, we're not talking about the general overview of data, right? Not across the general population. We're talking about just purely cryptocurrency content consumption. And this is only the superficial data. I've got more. If you want to know more, let's talk. These are our partners. We're proud to shout them out, right? Because they walk hand in hand with us, and they play a very big role in all the services that we actually provide, right? Whether it be it community, whether is it solutions, right? And also even the likes of influencers. So do reach out to us if there's anything that strikes your mind, right? If you want to build games, we have the right people to connect you with, and we can actually help you with that. We can do translations across 14 different languages. We have about 700 translators under our belt, right? And of course, we have a law firm partnered up with us, right? Because we have a lawyer in our team. We recently announced our partnership with Chainalysis. Do check them out, find out what they do. They are big on cybersecurity and also a lot of tracing, especially on blockchain. So there's no such thing as being anonymous anymore on the blockchain, yeah? So do practice prudency when you do anything on the blockchain. All right, so that's all, short and sweet. Do catch me if there's any questions, and hopefully I can help. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Ian. I think Lydian Labs is a key partner for us as well. For most of the projects that we work with as well, I think we will strongly endorse that Lydian Labs provides a very comprehensive solution to all things Web3 when it comes to, for a project, from start to finish, whatever you need. I think you can definitely reach out to Lydian Labs. So thanks, Ian. That was insightful. I would stop referring to doctor if anytime I pronounce your name. I have that in my mind now. Thank you. All right, so next up we have Joey Chia from Non-Marketplace. Non-Marketplace is a sister project of ours from CoinStore, and they are a comprehensive NFT marketplace that provides all things NFT from whitelisting, from the launching your NFT all the way to marketing and so on. So without further ado, let me welcome Joey Chia, Director of Non-Marketplace.
Hi. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for being here with us. My name is Joey. I'm a director from Non. Today, I'll be going to share with you guys what is Non about and what kind of services that we are able to provide for project owners. So, as mentioned by my colleagues, we are actually a sister company from under Koisor Group. We are from the same companies and having a same co-founder as well. So Non is actually a decentralized global NFT marketplace and a launchpad provided for built for builders and their communities. So for our missions is actually to help millions of Web2 enterprises to begin their journeys in Web3. User demographic, majority of our users are from Vietnam and Indonesia, and 18% from Philippines, 10% from China, and 12% from US and others. So we are still a Southeast Asia focused market. So this is actually part of our core values: user first approach, community focus, talent retentions, agile and lean frameworks. Okay, so Non is actually supports creators, traders, community, and investors. So we have developed a comprehensive services for others a project party. For example, like marketing services, tech developments, and others kind of like incubation as well. So we do support potential NFT projects. So to reach out our teams to find out more. So for non-products, we are actually a very user-friendly platforms for all those Web2 users, because we are actually, our goals and mission is to bring other Web2 users to begin their Web3 journeys. And we are also a multiple chain integration for users. Currently, we are supporting Polygon chains, Ethereum, and BSC chains. Of course, there will be more exciting and coming out functions, like for Web3 live streaming functions. So we'll be the first ones, NFT marketplace that supports live streaming functions for our project owners and also the users to use the live streaming functions to actually feature their NFT projects. Okay, so these are some of the projects that we actually done for our Launchpad platforms. So all these projects are minted out, for there will be a membership campaigns and charity NFT collections that collaborate with us. So for the full suite services, of course, as I mentioned earlier on, we're providing a marketing service, tech provision, tech development, KYC services, as well as incubate projects. So these are some of the partners that actually partnering with us. So we do have a media's company doing a press release for all our projects party, as well as our strategy partners as well. And the middle one is actually the Web3 KOLs that partner with us. And of course, we do have NFT collections and also their community to be partners. So a couple of months ago, we just launched this mission interface onto our platforms. So basically, users are able to earn reward by completing missions. So these are the results that we actually launched in just 1 week. We have over 43,000 unique wallet connects onto our platforms, and over 41,000 missions completed, and more than 70,000 user visits to our platform in just 1 week time. Okay, so for project owners, or those that would like to partnering with us to do a strategy partners, we are actually able to customize missions for all those project owners. So they can either to do some daily check-in missions, NFT holders benefits, as well as the social media's binding missions for the users. And the reward itself, we will by rewarding them for our non-platforms native tokens. Okay, so for the offline event, of course, we do have like London's token 2049 or NFT London's or NFT New York's that can be also participates together with our platforms. Okay, so here we comes to the roadmaps of our platforms. Of course, for 2023 Q3, which is this year Q3, we are currently in developing gamifications and also trading and listing rewards. If for those who familiar in NFT space, just like Looks Rare or X2Y2, we are actually offering such this a trading and listing reward for the users, right? So for this year Q4, we will be actually having this NFT aggregators and point swaps features, and as well as the one I mentioned earlier on, the Web3 live streamings and social integrations. And for next year Q3, there will be more to announce. Okay, so here are some of the benefits for those project owners that can be partnering up with Nons. So as I mentioned, we are actually a growth company with CoinStore. So for those strategy partners that work closely with us, we are actually have this as such benefit for their community or even holders and users, all right? So either to have a transaction waive off of transaction fee discount onto our centralized exchange, which is CoinStore, and also onto our decentralized NFT marketplace as well. Discount on platform fees and also bonus token reward for our partners NFT holders. Okay, so my sharing will be end here, so you guys are able to scan the QR code and follow our Twitter to find out more. All right, thank you. Any questions? Any questions, guys? Q&A sections. Any questions? If you are shy, you can come to me later on. All right.
All right, thank you, Joey. That was insightful on Non. I think we have a QR code at the back that you can scan and get in touch with the Non team if you would like to know more about Non Marketplace. It's a one-stop solution for NFTs. So yeah, please feel free. We also have some Non team members here that you can reach out to. All right, so moving forward, we have an open mic session. We want to give a platform to up-and-coming project founders to present themselves, get connected. We have MDEC here. It's probably a great opportunity for you to showcase yourself. So don't miss the opportunity. We also have some of our partner VCs, team members here. So I think this can be an incredible opportunity for you to showcase yourself, and we want to give you that platform. I actually have a first request already, which is one of our partner projects as well. Mr. Bilal, co-founder of Pime.id. Are you here? All right. Please give a round of applause, guys.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. First of all, really glad to be here. Really insightful talks from everyone before. By the way, I'm very new to Malaysia, and this is probably the first event I've ever been, and the bar is pretty high. So thank you, CoinStore, and everyone for this. As introduced, I'm the founder of Pime.id, and we started off in different directions when we started Pime. Unlike Mamak Talks, that wasn't our case. And it was more a conversation started between me and my co-founder about how we realize crypto is actually becoming an industry we want to be a part of, but not knowing what to do. And our biggest struggle back then was hiring. So we started a decentralized hiring platform. Didn't work really well, but somehow we had good strategies in place to acquire users. Even with not a lot of success on the hiring side, we had about 50,000 users within the first 2 months. A lot of them were active. So we chose the path of just transitioning it across into something for marketing. And we started a questing platform, very similar to how Non was talking about missions. We did that for a long while, actually until very recently in this year. We acquired over about 175,000 users. About 45,000 at the moment are our monthly active user numbers. So that was going really well. Now we're transitioning towards the next step. And that is actually with our launchpad and accelerator for other projects, other places. And yeah, the first one launches in the next few weeks, Kicks. It's meant to be a Kickstarter. Just you get your users, you get crowdfunding for your projects, and that's what we're working on. If there's any projects, if you're up and coming, you guys think that you guys want some help in user acquisition growth, or you might need some help in funding from your own user side, please have a chat. I'd be more than honored to have that chat with you guys. Sorry for the shill, by the way. And yeah, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. Sorry. I couldn't hear, I'm sorry. Not yet. I would really love to know. Here's the honesty. I literally landed in Malaysia about 5 weeks ago. I have no clues, but MD status sounds nice, and then have a chat. Thank you. No, I love it, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Bilal. All right. Do we have any other founders or team members of any project that would like to take the stage? I don't see any hands. Yes, please. Give a round of applause, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Coinster, for organizing this. I'm not going to pitch a project. I was a software engineer for Amazon in the UK for 2 years. I quit that to go full-time into Web3. Web3 is going through a hard time right now. I'm passionate about education and development, right? So what I want to pitch to you guys is I'm thinking about organizing a workshop. I think after going to this workshop, I'm going to create another version, because the first version was going to be a simple introduction to how to write and deploy a smart contract. And it's going to be open to people with very limited programming knowledge, or if you're a Web2 engineer right now, you want to learn, okay. And then I guess I want to create also another talk just to talk about the concepts. Things in Web3 are moving really fast. Things like layer 2, zero knowledge proofs, if you've come across these terms. They can be very complex to understand. I don't have a consistent platform yet, but if you're interested in these things, come up to me. I'll add you to a mailing list, and it's going to be free. I'm not going to charge for these things. This is not how I'm going to make money. I'm just really passionate about spreading knowledge. And as you all have talked about, Southeast Asia is very exciting. I think the balance of power is definitely moving east. I'm very happy to be back in Asia. That's it. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much, mate. I love that. I think education in Web3 is crucial. It's a very relatively new space, and we are all trying to learn and develop our understanding about the industry. And people like this, initiatives like this, goes a long way. So I would love to have everyone here who's interested, who's looking to venture into Web3, please hit him up, get connected, and we'll take it forward from there. All right, so anyone else? Final call. If not, please. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vaughan. I'm only passing through Malaysia. I'm actually been 8 years in Myanmar with a HR company, but because of COVID and the coup, we've been doing more financial services in the country. So we've been helping a lot of NGOs get cash in and out of the country to pay employees, to pay, just to do business, right? So we've been building a crypto rails to do the same thing in Myanmar to kind of facilitate the cash transfer. So if people want to find out more about the use of crypto in these kind of markets, where the currency is devalued, where the banking sector is a bit broken, or give feedback on our product, I'd love to hear from you.
All right, thank you. Okay, I don't want to take too much of your time. Currently, we still have a lot of time, and probably the best part of the event. Please get some refreshments. We have juices, we have light snacks, and the networking session is up and about. We have a long time hours to go. We will also like to have, before I forget, we will also like to have a photo session, a group photo session with everyone. So if you can just pass a bit of your time before you start networking, getting connected to everyone, just a few minutes of your time, if you can come forward, we'll take a quick group photo for the event, and then we can get started with our networking session, which is probably what everyone is looking forward to. And you can get some light refreshments outside, help yourselves. And I also would like to take the opportunity to thank all our partners for today, starting with MDEC. Thank you so much for making this event possible. Lydian Labs, who's been a great champion for us as well. And also Common Ground for giving us this incredible venue for us to host the event. Thank you so much, guys. Yep. I'd just like to get a few minutes of your time. If you can come forward, we'll get a group photo, and then you can start networking and free for all.
Guys, we need your helps. So can everyone just move forward? Then I'll just try to coordinate with the scene itself. So would you mind actually just move in front? Then we can just take a group photos. Thank you very much. BDs, please help. Thank you. All right, guys, can we just move to the front? And then the one that actually at the front, we can just try to squat. Yeah, we can just try to squat. BD, we can try to squat. Coin stop, we can try to squat. And the rest just go, yeah, just take a photo, just go behind. Yeah, yeah. Guys, can we just move forward, please? Can we just move forward? Thank you so much. Yeah, we would like to have your handsome pictures, and then also your pretty face as well. Guys, can we just move forward, please? Can we just move forward, please? Thank you so much. No need to be shy. We just take one photo and that's just good enough. Yeah. Yes, that's great. Can we just, yes, yep. All right. Okay. Bernice and also singing, ready? Okay, coin store BDs and also coin store member, we can just be at the front. And yep. All right, I think it looks great. Over the side here, can we just move forward a little bit? Can we just move forward over here? Yep, we just move forward over here. Okay, everyone looks good. Okay, so total we're going to take 3 photos. So one is just casual looks right now, and the second one will be just casual, and the last one will be just a coin store logo. So which is the left hand over the top and the right over the bottom. All right, cool. Let's take 1, 2, 3, one shot. Okay, second shot. We'll just go with casual. Okay, casual. 1, 2, 3, casual. Good job. And last will be coin store logo. So left hand over the top and then the right bottom at the bottom. Yep. All right. Say 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Okay, live stream already. Cut off in 15 minutes. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much.